Hey ladies, can y'all hear me? Thank y'all so much for coming. I am so funny story, y'all. So I've been working with a new business coach through Greater Baltimore Urban League, right? Well, technically he's not new to me because I started working with him in 2022, but my life there was just too much going on at that time. So started working with him, and he gave me this assignment to basically niche down my LinkedIn page. And what I'm focusing on my LinkedIn page is the self-publishing aspect of my business, right? So he's like, all right, what you want? Like, we going through the plan, we breaking down what I'm gonna offer, this, that, and the third. And he's like, all right, I need you to do a master class. I'm like, okay, y'all know if y'all been around, I've been doing master classes and workshops and all of that for the past probably 3 or 4 months. So that's nothing for me. Originally, this masterclass was scheduled for February 7th. So I had my VA go ahead and schedule it, and she scheduled it for today. And by the time I had already noticed it, it was already people RSVPing. So y'all gonna see this masterclass again February 7th. But since I already had people RSVP, even though I'm sick, y'all probably can hear. I said, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and have the master class, and this will be just another opportunity for me to share it with you all. So thank you for coming. I know this was just posted probably yesterday, day before yesterday. I think yesterday. So thank y'all for being here on a short notice. Um, this is my How to Self Publish with Ease masterclass, and like I said, y'all, I'm sick and I'm literally just waking up from a nap. So I look crazy. So I'm going to be off camera. February 7th, I'll be on camera, okay? I'll be all right. But today, yeah, y'all got the slides in my voice. So thank y'all so much for being here. What we'll be discussing today is discovering the 4 P's to simplifying self-publishing. My real objective for this masterclass is really to support you with tackling the mindset, belief around the self-publishing process. So in the chat, if you're here in the Zoom or on YouTube, introduce yourself. Let us know where you're from, what you do, and what you hope to gain or bring to today's masterclass. And you can just drop it in the chat while I introduce myself. And again, welcome, welcome, welcome. So who am I? If you don't know, I am Minister Jaleesa Hardy. I am a child of Yahuwah, aka God. I am also known as Jaleesa the Golden Child. I am Jaleesa the Golden Child on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn. So if you Google Jaleesa the Golden Child, 9 times out of 10 you'll find me. Co-organizer for the Mental Health Social, organizer for Single Mom Society and the Empowered Birth Tribe, all on meetup.com. I'm a survivor and single mother of 3. I have a 5-year-old, a 4-year-old, and a 2-year-old. And at any given moment, they will likely be coming through this door. I am a global speaker and a trauma of money certified professional. I am a board certified holistic health practitioner, human design expert, Reiki master, and energy healer. I am a publisher, which is the reason why we're here today. I support people with self-publishing books, journals, ebooks, coloring books, planners, and the like. I'm a self-published author of It's All in Me, My Journey to Freedom of Living Abundantly, and the 30-Day Calm Life Planner, and I'm in the process of self-publishing my next book. I also have an anthology with JJ Conway called Healing My Sisters. And again, all of those are on Amazon. I have a bachelor's degree in biology, general chemistry, and natural health. I'm a poet, singer, and songwriter for the Voices of Survival Choir in Howard County, Maryland. I was born in Buffalo, New York, but currently live in Glen Burnie, Maryland. And I am a holistic pregnancy and birth doula in training. But at the end of the day, I tell people I am just Jaleesa. There's only one me in the whole entire world. I've had all these accomplishments and all these things, have all these gifts, talents, and abilities, but there's only one me. There's only one person that has my DNA, only one person that has my fingerprint, only one person that has my purpose, my calling, and the effect that I have on this world. And the same goes for you. So if at any point you're like, what the heck is my purpose? What am I here for? You're here to be you. And that is why when it comes to my mission, I am here to guide you to see and be your most authentic self, uncover and release limiting beliefs, and unleash the golden child within. You are the golden child. Yes, my brand is the golden child. I say, I'm Jaleesa the golden child, but you are the golden child as well. You are a miracle. There is a reason why you are here. There is a purpose and a calling that is placed on your life. I consider the world to be a puzzle. And at the time of your birth, there was a puzzle piece missing that you filled in and completed the world. So thank you for being you. Thank you for what you contribute to the world. And just remember that you are the golden child too. So this is one of the things that I am focused on this year is monetizing our YouTube page. And I can't do that on my own. So we need your help. If you are on YouTube, go to my YouTube page, www.youtube.com/@Jaleesa the Golden Child, and subscribe, like, comment, share, subscribe. All of those things contribute to the monetization of our page. Upcoming events. These are February events because this event was supposed to be February 7th. But every single Friday, for the most part, we have our Freedom Fridays podcast. Book Talk Tuesdays every Tuesday. Our Black Women Journal and Social. Our next one in January is actually when is our next one? Oh, this Friday. Yeah, this Friday. We have our Monday, each and every Monday, we have our co-working and accountability sessions. If you just want to bring a project or something that you're working on, or even just housework that you've been procrastinating on, that is something that you can work on during these co-working and accountability sessions. Our Single Mom Support Society Support Social in my other group is every fourth Sunday, I believe, third or fourth. And then the Pregnancy and Birth Empowerment session is every fourth Friday. So, again, objectives. In this masterclass, you'll learn the 4 P's to self publishing with ease, designed to help you streamline the process, reduce the mindset blocks around the process, and support you with bringing your book to life. So, my question to you is, what is or has stopped you from self publishing? And feel free to drop it in the chat or the comment section. Okay, both of y'all from DC. I love it. Alrighty. Thank you so much for sharing, Joy. I love all that you do. Thank you so much for sharing. But yes, feel free to drop in the comments. Fear has stopped me from self publishing, girl. And that is why one of the first things I discuss in any of my programs, any of my workshops, master classes, anything when it comes to self publishing is mindset. And I had a birth your book consultation the other day, and the first thing I asked, because I can't make you believe something that you don't. I can tell you the whole process of this is what it takes to self publish, but if you don't believe in yourself and your ability to do it, I can only take you but so far. So, when working with clients, when working with people that desire to self publish, one of the first things that I work on is mindset and belief, because there is um, a lot of limiting beliefs around self-publishing, around how long it's going to take, around your ability to do it, around okay, am I going to have the money to do it, how much money is it going to take. These are some of the questions that people are asking, pondering, and really is stopping them from self-publishing. So I definitely understand that for sure. um I don't know anything about self-publishing. This sounds interesting. In my profession in museums, it's mostly research, but I think self-publishing may be better to support future research and grants. Oh, okay. Yes. So that is why yeah, so that is why one of the main objectives of this workshop, this masterclass, is to reduce the mindset blocks around the process. So this workshop is really going to give you um, more of the mindset work. If you want to know like the actual step-by-step process, I have the How to Self-Publish with Ease guide that I'll share with you towards the end. And then I have a blog post where I walk through the step-by-step process of how my latest self-publishing project went from idea to available for purchase in 7 days. So it really does not take as long as you might think, especially when you have the right support and guide in this process. So what are the 4 P's to self-publishing with ease? And technically it's more than 4, but you'll see as I go along with the presentation. And at any time, if you have any questions, feel free to drop them in the chat or the comment section, raise your hand, or just come off mute. This is an interactive presentation. So the very first thing, outside of making a decision to actually do this thing, is to prioritize and personalize this process. One of the things that I realized between this time, the first time, and this time, is that my life was completely different. When I self published my first book, I had the time to set aside an hour a day to write for 20 days straight. Now, and that was before I was married, before I had kids. I was single. I was, working a job. I had a lot of time and a lot less of responsibility the very first time. This time around, as I'm writing my 4th book, I don't have an hour a day to set aside 5 days a week, 4 to 5 days a week. So I've been shifting and working on how to prioritize and personalize it for this stage of my life, and making sure that I'm still fitting it into the lifestyle that I have. So time blocking, setting appointments, have doing using a 5 minute rule. If you find that you're during the self publishing process or during your writing process, you're like, I'm stuck. Like I don't know how I'm gonna move forward. You have these limiting beliefs, you're experiencing imposter syndrome, like, oh, what is it? How am I gonna be the one to self publish? What am I going to do? How is this going to work? Is anyone going to like if you're going through that experience, use the 5 minute rule, and if that's still too much, use the 1 minute rule. And the 5 minute or the 1 minute rule is when you set a timer for 5 minutes or 1 minute, and you decide, you know what, I'm gonna write or I'm gonna edit or I'm gonna, I'm going to proofread, just whatever it is as far as the self publishing process. Do that thing for 5 minutes. And after 5 minutes, if I want to continue, I can continue. Or after 1 minute, if I want to continue, I can continue. And this is something that I use not just for this whole self publishing process, but it's something that you can use for anything that you might be procrastinating on. But I brought it here because it can be supportive, especially during the writing process if you're experiencing writer's block, or if it might be a coloring book and you're doing the illustrations, or you need to make a call as it pertains to your book. Using this 5 minute rule can be supportive. The other thing, let go of something else taking up your time temporarily. So if you go through your life and you're thinking about, what you do on a day-to-day basis, what are those things that are distractions or things that you might find yourself taking more time than you really want to? Whether it's doom scrolling on social media, whether it's like me, I hate having emails in my inbox. So I might be a little bit obsessive about checking my email box to make sure that I stay at inbox zero. It could be a game on your phone or something that you play on the computer or on TV. Just looking at your life to see what is something that you can temporarily either reduce the amount of time or eliminate for a short amount of time so that you can focus on your book. Remember to do what works for you during this process. Like I said, figuring out how much time you can set aside, making sure you're setting appointments, putting it in your calendar, making sure that when it comes to this process, that if you find certain aspects of the publishing process are not your strong suit or something that, excuse me, y'all, um, you're taking more time to even start working on, reaching out to someone that can support you with that. And then, as I mentioned, I'm a human design expert. There are certain aspects of your human design, understanding and knowing will help and support you with this self publishing process. So, the first piece of self publishing are to prioritize and personalize it. But again, before that, it's making a decision and really working on your belief and your mindset around, okay, do I believe that I can even accomplish this thing? So that's what I was saying. I had a client the other day, and the first question that I asked her, I said, on a scale of 1 to 10, where's your belief when it comes to getting this self-publishing project completed? And for me, that shows me if we're even a good fit for working together. If you're not an 8 to 10 when it comes to your belief, we might have to do some mindset work prior to, before we get started with this self-publishing process. Because again, I can only take you but so far. I can give you the steps, I can put things in place, I can give you the support. My team can do a lot of the hard work for you. But when it comes to that belief and that mindset, if you're not an 8 to 10, then either where I'm a, give you some other resources or other people to work with, or we're going to do some work prior to, because I need you to be in a space of belief and understanding that, and have made the decision that you're going to do, excuse me, that you're going to self-publish and see it to completion. So the second P, number 2, is to play and practice. Release the pressure. It gets to be fun and easy. A lot of times we make things harder than it has to be because we have this me for I'm gonna use myself. I used to be a major perfectionist. So as I'm writing my first book, I had to be reminded over and over, like, this is just the first draft. It's not the final draft. It's going to be edited. It's going to be proofread. People are going to give you feedback on it. So when it comes to whether you're doing a ebook, a audio book, a coloring book, play, enjoy the process, enjoy the journey. Don't make it seem like, oh, I'm doing this and it has to be perfect. Everything has to be perfect. Done is better than perfect. Yes, again, along the way, things are going to be edited. People are going to give you feedback, but just get it done. That manuscript, having that manuscript is one of the most challenging parts of this process. But once you get your manuscript done, everything else will flow. The pieces will come together. Like I said, I wrote my first book in 20 hours over a span of 20 days. I sat down for an hour a day and I got my book written. So it does not have to take as long as people may think. So playing and practice is the second P. So release the pressure, take the pressure off of yourself. You hear me on the phone? I am on the phone. Close my door, please. Um, I told y'all that was gonna happen. So make it fun and easy. However you can make this process fun, however you can make it easy, however you can make it enjoyable, whether it's a certain book playlist that you create, you can do some type of fun activity. Like for me, sometimes having like one of those squishy balls while I'm writing to kind of help me with the distractions, like certain things that you can do and implement. You have your favorite snack, or like give yourself rewards once you've done writing. So just making it fun and easy will support you with this process. The third thing that really supported me with this self-publishing process and made it so easy was putting accountability in place. Y'all, one of my coaches, she literally, when I was self-publishing my first book, and come to think of it, I probably do need to have another accountability partner specifically for this. But my coach at the time, she literally checked in on me every single day because I set a time. And of course, sometimes things happen. I might have had to write earlier or later or whatever the case may be. But she checked in on me every day that I said that I was going to write. Hey, how's your writing going? What, are you writing today? Da-da-da-da. Like having that accountability. And I knew she was going to check in on me. I'm like, all right, I got to make sure I get my writing done. Even if it's not at that time, I got to reschedule it so that I can make sure I get my writing done today because I know tomorrow she's going to be checking in on me. You might not need somebody to check in on you every day, but having someone checking on you weekly or every other day or whatever the case may be. But having that accountability, even if it's a group, like one of my groups, we have accountability, co-working and accountability specifically for writing or self-publishing. So having accountability spaces like that is going to ensure your success and help to hold you accountable for what you say you want to do. Nobody can hold you accountable for something until you first, again, make the decision and hold yourself responsible for what it is that you said that you want to do. Let me see. So far, are there any questions? Oh, Joy, what is human design? Um, I will. Human design is a tool, I would say, for self discovery, really understanding your most authentic and true self. For me, it has definitely been a tool for healing and just overall wellness and well being. And they say that when it comes to, just being, we don't necessarily have a quote unquote blueprint, but human design literally is it can give you insight and information about yourself that one, it can confirm, it can affirm, and really recondition your mind about um who you are, because a lot of times we're conditioned to believe a certain thing about who we are as specifically Black women, about what we're capable of, about what we're supposed to do or not do, whatever the case may be. But human design really helps you to see yourself for your most authentic self. And that's one of the things that I use for my clients in supporting them with energetic healing and removing blocks and certain limiting beliefs about their self. I'm reading this book called Psycho-Cybernetics, and Lady J, um, but when it comes to how you see yourself, that is how you show up in the world. That is how you behave. That is how you act. That is how you present yourself to others. So, human design gives you a clear and true image of yourself so that you're walking and being your most authentic self. And the link that I just dropped, you can get your human design chart. You need your date of birth, time of birth, and location of birth. And those three things, as I mentioned, you were born at a specific day, at a specific time, for a specific reason. So your date of birth, time of birth, and location of birth are important, and it gives insight and information about your strengths, your weaknesses, your even down to your digestion type, how you best digest food, how you best digest the world. So it gives a lot of insight and information into who you are as an individual. And the link that I just dropped is where you can get your human design chart. Um, and also I have some other reports on there as well, so you can get more insight into your human design. And I do human design readings. So if you get your chart and you're like, I want to know more about it, just reach out to me, and we can get a human design reading booked. And my email is hello@jalisahardy.com. And I also have a video on there a little more about how human design has impacted my life personally, and some frequently asked questions about it. So there's a lot of information on this one page. Okay. Any more questions before we go on to the next P? I think this is the last one, actually. All right. The last P, and this is I am the excuse. Hold on, y'all. Y'all, I be asking my kids to quiet down, and they get louder. All right. The fourth P is pay somebody else to do it. I have become literally like the queen of get somebody else to do it, because I was raised by a mom that literally did everything on her own. She would not ask for help. She would give her last. She would literally, like, when it came to like cleaning, cooking, taking care of the kids, like everything, she would do everything on her own, to the point where even to this day she has health issues and health challenges because she has worked herself to the bone and has always done everything, because one, perfectionist, got some control issues, wanting everything to be the way that she wants them to be. But for me, I'm like, nope. That's not my skill. That's not my thrill. Okay. So I'm gonna pay somebody else to do it. And when it came to my first book, I did the writing, but I ended up hiring an editor. I ended up getting beta readers to support me with giving me feedback on the book. I ended up getting a graphic designer to format do to create and format the cover. I ended up hiring a formatter to format the inside cover of the book. I had a photographer. I already had the picture, but it was I hired a photographer to get the photo for the cover of the book. So for me, I say to let someone else lean into their zone of genius and gifts to do it for you. It saves you time, it saves you energy, it saves you money in the long run. Like, how is it saving me money if I'm paying somebody else to do it? It's because your time is your most valuable asset. The thing that you're doing, even down to ghostwriting, you can even have somebody else write for you. If this is something you like, man, like I'm literally just so swamped, I'm bogged down, my life is too hectic, I don't even have time to sit down and write. Ghostwriters. If graphic design, doing all of the formatting is another part of this process that can take a little bit longer, because for the different self-publishing platforms, they have very specific um, requirements to upload a book to their platform in order to distribute it. So that part can take a lot of time, and if you don't know what you're doing, it's going to be a frustrating process to try to get your book, your journal, your coloring book formatted. um but like I said, it'll save you time, it'll save you energy, and it'll help you to focus on your part of this process, even if it's just giving the vision. So with my planner, it, as I mentioned, it took 7 days from idea to ready to ready to purchase. And all I did was I had an idea for the planner. I did a slight outline. I worked with ChatGPT to finish fleshing it out. I don't know if anybody knows about ChatGPT or AI, but I worked with ChatGPT to kind of flesh it out to get more details. I literally gave that outline to my team, and I said, "This is the vision. Run with it." And in 7 days, it was completed because I know my zone of genius, and that's that. And literally, my team knows their zone of genius, and they get stuff done. And I didn't even expect it to be done that fast. And it's a colored planner inside and out. I wish I could show y'all, but it's on Amazon. It's the 30-day Calm Life Planner, and it's a beautiful planner. The design, everything inside and out is colored, but it only took 7 days. So if one of your questions, your comments, or concerns when it comes to the self-helping processes it's going to take too long. It is going to take too long. I don't have time. I don't have the energy. I don't have the money. I literally, how much did I even spend? Well, I paid my team, but outside of that, when it came to this whole process, y'all, it's one of the most cost-effective ways to get a book self-published, to get a book published through self-publishing. um but okay, yeah, so those are the 4 P's to how to self-publish with ease. I'll go back and review them. Number one, prioritize and personalize it. But even before prioritizing and personalize it, work on your mindset, work on your belief, work on making sure that you are either on a scale of 1 to 10, an 8, a 9, or a 10 in this process, especially if you want to work with me. Um, because if you haven't made the decision, all the excuses, all of the distractions, the social media, the email, those things are going to continue to get in the way. Things are going to happen with your kids or your family. Those things are going to get in the way if you have not made a decision. When you make a decision about something, you've cut off every other option. You said, you know what? I've decided. And that's what this decision means. I've to cut off every other option. I've decided that this is going to be the time for me to self-publish my book, my ebook, my planner, my journal, my coloring book, whatever it is. Start with making the decision and cutting off every other option. Excuse me, and cutting off the distractions. Number two, practice and play. This self-publishing journey can be fun and easy if you allow it to be. It doesn't have to be perfect the entire way through. It doesn't even have to be perfect at publication. Because I know my first book, going back and reading it, I did have some errors in it, but it didn't make it any less valuable to the people that read it. Put accountability in place, whether it's joining She's Ready Society to have that accountability or the Birth Your Book boot camp. Having the accountability in place and the support will ensure success. Is statistically, when it comes to any area of your life, having accountability takes your rate of success from 30 to 40% to 80 and 90% when you have accountability in place. Okay, so having the right accountability in place, because some people, one, they don't want you to hold them accountable. They might, be consistent for a little while, but over time they're a little less consistent. So having the right accountability in place, and I had a video that I talked about on my YouTube page about why it's important to have more than one accountability partner or accountability spaces, because people fall off, things happen, life happens. So if you have only one accountability partner and they fall off, you you might be in trouble. Okay. So put accountability in place. And not just one, but more than one. I have literally accountability groups, accountability spaces. I have individual accountability partners that I meet with on a week to week basis, ones that I check in with on a week to week basis. So when you ask me, how do I get so much done? One, I have systems, structures, and a team in place, but accountability is one of the big parts of it. And then the last part is pay somebody else to do it. If you are just like, you know what, I just want to write, I don't want to do anything else. The formatting, the design, the cover, like, I don't want to do any of that. You get to pay somebody else to do it.
I have
My
my
team.
hand raised here.
Oh.
Do you have any suggestions on how we can find the professionals for, formatting the book, editors and the like? If we don't have people like that in our immediate circle, what do you recommend we do or
Mhm.
or go to find professionals?
Yeah. First things first is hire me, hire my team. We we do all of that. Like I said, we're a full service self publishing company. But if you just want to find like individuals to do like the editing, what I did with my first book is I went on Fiverr, Fiverr.com, and I found my editor. I literally posted like a post on Facebook, and I asked for people to recommend me to editors. But Fiverr.com, you can find editors, you can find formatters, you can find graphic designers, and Upwork.com, I think it is. But I don't have as much experience with Upwork because I'm so used to using Fiverr. But those are two spaces and places where you can find these professionals, and they all have um, what is it called? Um, Testimonials and reviews, so you can see the work that they've done and see the level of expertise that they have, with the different price ranges for their work. Um, but yeah, She's Ready Society is one of the groups that I provide with supporting you with done with you services as well as done for you services. Upcoming, I will have a 8-week Birth Your Book boot camp where I will walk you through the process as well and provide you with the resources in order to accomplish your self publishing project. Um, but She's Ready Society, I will drop the link to that the in the chat so you can check that out. There are two tiers, again, the done with you support and the done for you support. The done for you is literally we take you from beginning to end of your self-publishing process, even including a marketing plan, the implementation of that marketing plan, and a launch party for your book. um, Did that answer your question, Joy?
Yes, thank you. That was really helpful,
You're welcome.
especially because I didn't hear you say before that your company does it all. So now I already know somebody in my circle that I can hire.
Yes, we do everything, even ghostwriting. We literally do it all. So yes, thank you
Great.
for your
Thank
question.
you.
Did you have any more questions? Because I was
Well,
really the next
yeah,
thing.
you were talking about that 8-week boot camp.
Hmm.
Where can I get more information about that? I'm not on Facebook.
Okay. You'll receive did you let me see. Um did you RSVP or you just joined through the meetup group?
I joined through the meetup group. I
Okay.
RSVP'd. I did RSVP and I put it on my calendar and joined.
Okay. Um so drop your
Email.
email. Yeah, just drop your email and I will send you a follow-up email with the replay for this as well as the information about the boot camp.
Okay.
Let me see. Do you own the rights to your digital books online? Yes. If you get a ISBN, you use your ISBN, even if you do Amazon, it's your content. It's your you do own the rights to your book. You can go a step further and get it trademarked, but I haven't done that much yet so far when it comes to my books, and I haven't had any issues with people stealing my content. Because it's a way to put it in the book to let people know like this is copywritten information. I would want to design my cover. I'm a bit on the creative side. I would be more concerned about including works of poets and musicians. And that is where contracts come in. That is where you got to have agreements in place when it comes to if you're including other people's works into your book, you definitely need to have agreements in place to say, okay, this is whether they're compensated or not, always have a agreement or a contract in place when you're using other people's work in your books. But yeah, you know your gifts. So when it comes to that part, design your cover, but you don't have to do it all on your own. Okay, thank you, Joy. Let me copy and paste this. Um, yeah, did anybody else have any other questions about the self-publishing process? And it could be anything from start to finish. And I will be doing on LinkedIn if you're on LinkedIn. Again, I will be doing this masterclass on February 7th. So if something else comes up, you want to join again, and you want to bring your questions, you can bring them then. And then on LinkedIn, starting in February, I will be hosting self-publishing Q&As where I'll either bring a question. If nobody has questions to ask, I'll bring a question that I may have heard a lot or I know that people are asking when it comes to self-publishing, but that'll be on LinkedIn Live on Wednesdays at 3:30 Eastern. Um, so I'll be talking about a lot more of the self-publishing process, um, especially as I open up to the public because you all are the first ones to hear about the Birth Your Book boot camp. I haven't told anybody else other than my coach about it. So, all right, let me stop sharing so I can drop the feedback form here. Mm, that's not the right one. But yeah, did anybody else have any other questions while I get this feedback form? Um, but again, whether it's a book, an ebook, an audiobook, a journal, a planner. It doesn't have to take as much time. It doesn't have to take as much energy. It doesn't have to take as much money as you might think when it comes to this process, especially if you have support, if you have accountability, if you have people doing the work for you. So, um, I'll find that later. You also will be receiving a feedback form so that we can, especially for February 7th, when I do this again, I want any feedback for how I can improve it. Um, Let me go back to sharing my screen. And also, I mentioned She's Ready Society, but I also offer a birthday book consultation, and I did mention that I just had one with a client the other day. And if you're like, you know what, I just want to see what you have to offer. I want to see if we're a good fit for each other. I want to kind of pick your brain a little bit about the self-publishing process and my specific project, what my specific vision, my specific idea. The birthday book consultation call, I have those as well. And I will drop the link to that. Um, but you will walk away with concrete next steps for your specific self publishing project during a birth your book consultation call.
Jaleesa, what comes with that She's Ready Society membership?
So, She's Ready Society. Okay, thank you, Jay. She's Ready Society. I have two tiers. So, it's the general membership and the gold membership. The general membership, you get access to our co-working sessions. You get group coaching and support around your self-publishing project. You get we do a monthly healing experience because the self-publishing support that I provide is holistic. I'm also a board certified holistic health practitioner. So I'm supporting you with not only your self publishing, but also your overall health and well being. And we have a private telegram, so if you have questions in between our sessions, I have digital training sessions, masterclasses, and resources that you'll have access to through She's Ready Society. I'll be doing specific trainings for you all. I'll do weekly live trainings inside of the telegram group. I mentioned the co-working sessions, and you'll have access to different bonuses depending on if you pay for month to month or the yearly. The gold membership, you um, you get everything inside of the general membership, but also an initial consultation, which is a 90-minute session that includes your human design reading, your hair tissue analysis, and a review. And then you get 10% off of your supplements that are recommended by your hair tissue analysis. You get one done for you formatting self-published project. So it includes the editing, the formatting, the design, and a customized marketing plan to help you launch your book or your project. You get one-on-one telegram support with me. So as you go throughout the process, you'll have that additional accountability. You'll be featured in the Golden Child's communities. So both I have free communities and paid communities where your book, your project will be featured in those spaces on my blog, on my newsletter, on my email list. So I'll be promoting and sharing about your project. Again, we'll do your virtual book launch, and then you'll have a podcast interview on my podcast, and I'll give you access to another platform where you can get podcast interviews for your specific book. And again, there are bonuses for whether if you pay in full or the monthly.
Wow, that sounds like a good value. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. You're welcome. So, okay, Lady J had to leave. Um, So I dropped all the link to She's Ready to Society, to the Birth Your Book consultation, and I'm going to drop the link to the from manuscript to masterpiece guide. This is a guide that really walks you through. Okay, I'm still on the fence. If you're this person where you're still on the fence, like I don't know if I want to self publish or if I want to publishing
Are you there?
guide. Pages
Hello?
of information and it's free. Um, yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I
Can you
can
hear me?
now.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, so the manuscript to masterpiece is, I will drop the link to that as well. But that is a free guide that we offer. Um, okay, that's the From Manuscript to Masterpiece guide. Um, yeah, so I just want you to take a moment to reflect. What is one word that best describes your experience here today? You can either drop it in the chat or come off mute and share.
Enlightened.
Oh, yes. I love to hear that. Thank you so much, Joy, for being here.
I
That's
really
so.
learned a lot. Thank you so much. And I feel like I'm leaving with valuable connections and tools to really make this happen. I believe I have um, a story that the world needs to hear, especially youth in foster care, and
Yes,
in ways that can heal and empower them to overcome the obstacles and to live their best life sooner.
yes, I love that. I so look forward to working with you because I definitely know that it's needed. I have two brothers. One was adopted, and the other one had a foster brother. He was killed in 2023. Um, but I know the how the system works and the how beneficial it is to have people in your corner when you're in foster care, when you're in the system. So I'm super duper excited that we're connected, and I love. That's why I said I love the work that you do, and it's a gift to be able to be a foster parent, especially with children that may have behavioral challenges. My brother, my foster brother, when he came to us, he was on an ankle bracelet.
Yeah,
So, but
yeah,
when they receive the love and the care that they deserve and that they desire, and that it's really that's what they're acting out for, that love and
right,
that care, they
right,
shift and they change to completely different children. Because I watched my brother shift and change because he was
mhm,
receiving the love that he didn't receive.
right, right.
So
So there's infinite possibilities, and my goal is to put in the hands or make accessible to people in foster care, to youth and young adults, some of the tools to help them heal from the trauma and abandonment and feelings of inferiority and unworthiness that is inherent with the experience of being a child in the system, so that they can live a more fulfilled and meaningful life.
yes, I love that. I'm so glad we're connected. I'm so glad you're here. I know that it's going to be so much bigger than even what you can imagine. What is
Hmm.
in store for you, the lives that you're going to impact and change. I can literally see like you partnering with organizations to get your book in their hands. I can see you speaking for different organizations, sharing your story, sharing your experiences. So I am excited. I'm so excited.
Thank you. And thank you for hosting this despite all of the challenges of you not feeling well, not having it, on the date that you wished that it was scheduled. I'm probably going to come back on February 7th just to make sure that I capture, the information from other people's questions that they may have that can, further inform my process and my project. So thank you. Thank you for taking the time to gift us with this information.
You are so welcome. I believe everything happens for a reason. When I looked on that thing and I saw them RSVPs, I said, "Oh, I guess we are doing this today."
I'm so glad that I RSVP right away.
So thank you for RSVPing. Thank you for showing up. I so appreciate you as always. I end
And I
all of my.
appreciate you.
Thank
And
you
I
so much.
appreciate you. You said you're in Baltimore, right?
I'm in Glen Burnie.
Glen Burnie. Oh, okay. That's even
Mhm.
closer. All right.
Yeah,
Well, I'll be in touch. Thank you so, so very much. And have a good night.
you are so welcome. Good night.
Bye bye.